An example of bad leadership would be Donald Trump. He is known for his career as a real estate developer, his reality TV series called The Apprentice, and turning his name into a brand. As many of his businesses declare bankruptcy and he has debt over $1 billion, his announcements of running for president always seem to be publicity stunts. As he became more involved over the last few presidential campaigns, he finally announced he was running in 2016, vowing to make America great again. Donald Trump is currently the President of the United States of America, but doesn't seem to possess the characteristics that are related to leader effectiveness as proposed by research. We will now discuss why we consider Donald Trump as a bad leader based on 6 factors, namely achievement, authenticity, collaboration, ownership, vision, and personality. Factor 1. Achievement. Research proposes that great leaders are high performers. They have a sense of direction and deliver results. Trump did make a lot of money over the last few years, mainly because of his many properties. But the bad thing was that he scammed and lied his way through it. One of the many examples is the Trump University fraud case.
James Harris's job was to get people to believe they too could be as successful at real estate as Donald Trump, and to reel them in, sign them up, get them to pay as much as $34,000 on the promise that the next seminar, the next class, would teach them all they would need to know.
Trump actually hired unqualified instructors and engaged in unethical sales techniques. Trump settled this court case and the students received 90% of their money back. Factor 2. Authenticity. If we rate Donald Trump on the following definition of authenticity, a person's thoughts and feelings are consistent with their actions, you could say that Trump is an authentic person. He means the things he says and he doesn't hold back, especially on his Twitter feed. He didn't change certain aspects of himself so he could fit into his role as a leader of the American people. A few examples are: how amazing! The state health director who verified copies of Obama's birth certificate died in a plane crash today. All others lived. Any negative polls are fake news, just like CNN, ABC, NBC polls in the election. It's freezing and snowing in New York. We need global warming. Our southern border is unsecure. I'm the only one that can fix it. Nobody else has the guts to even talk about it. If we rate him by the following definition of an authentic leader, authentic leaders are guided by a set of values that are oriented toward doing what's right and fair for all stakeholders. Trump would not be considered authentic. The previous discussed quotes and the slogan, "Make America Great Again," shows he doesn't care about immigrants and the effect of climate change on the world or human rights in countries where America could make big changes. We don't think that's right or fair. Factor 3. Collaboration. Collaborative leaders know about networking and working with others. They motivate, involve, and engage. As said before, Trump thinks about America first and is not a collaborator. He has many disagreements with other world leaders. One of these examples is that he pulled the US out of the Paris Agreement.
My solemn duty to protect America and its citizens. The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
The Paris Agreement's aim is to strengthen the global response to the threat of climate change. Trump felt that it would undermine the US economy and would put it at a permanent disadvantage. Factor 4. Ownership. Great leaders take responsibility for their own actions and they are decisive, solve problems, and take initiative. Trump seems to take ownership and initiative, but it looked like he's doing a bit too well. He fires advisors who don't share his point of view, and he doesn't outsource that much, as he feels like he's the one who will do the best job. Trump is a Republican president, but his relationship with his party is unstable, as there appears to be a lack of shared ownership. Factor 5. Vision. A visionary leader spots and creates opportunities. They understand the process of change and inspire others to co-create the future. Trump's vision is,
together, we will make America strong again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
This means more jobs for Americans, less illegal immigrants, and less European nations will get security because of American military intervening for nothing in return. This is a vision, but his strategy is flawed in many ways. An example of one of his flawed strategies is building a wall between Mexico and the US and making Mexico pay for it.
We are going to build a great border wall.
President Trump said he wanted a big, fat, beautiful wall. These are his 30 by 30 foot options.
He doesn't know what it's going to cost, what it's made of, but he still claims that it will happen. Factor 6. Personality traits. As discussed in the mentioned article about leadership, written by Kirkpatrick and Locke, the key factor in personality traits is suggested to be motivation or drive. Judging Donald Trump's achievements, there does not appear to be any lack of those personality traits. After all, he went through with his campaign to ultimately become the President of the United States of America, even though this path was not made easy by countless critics, both in and outside of the country. Charisma is another personality trait discussed in the article. Although this trait seemed less significant in the results of the article, it still contributes to being a good leader. His charisma helped him to convince people of his perspective and ideals during his speeches and hyped the crowd up to yell his infamous slogan, "Make America Great Again." All factors considered, Donald Trump actually has good personality traits to be a good leader. These were the 6 factors that made us consider Donald Trump a bad leader. We will now give you do's and don'ts to be a good leader based on the previously discussed factors from Johan Cruyff and Donald Trump. Identify people's talents and help them build those talents into strengths. Create a positive environment, give feedback, provide social support and training instruction to enhance team cohesion. Take responsibility together, have a vision, and collaborate with others as combined efforts are strongest. Do not achieve your goals at the expense of others. Make sure that what you do and say is right and fair for everyone, so do not exclude people. Do not fire people that don't think in the same way as you do. And do not present unrealistic plans. The conclusion. Both leaders discussed have their own qualities that made it possible for them to achieve what they have achieved. Johan Cruyff was a visionary in the game and made sure the cohesion of the squad was always main priority. Besides that, he was very driven to help contribute to the progression of the game at all times. Even Donald Trump shares qualities to become a good leader. He is a charismatic person with a lot of drive to achieve whatever he wants. What might have contributed to the bad results in his career as a president of the USA are his stubbornness to cooperate with other countries or even members of his own party that do not share his vision. We will end this presentation with a little cartoon about leadership. For now, we thank you for watching and hope that you enjoyed our presentation about good and bad leadership.